My name is Shannon Robert and I'm a scene designer. I do a lot of my work in the Atlanta market, and I teach at Clemson University in South Carolina and Hollins. And I tend to work around the United States, and I do some international projects and a lot of device work. One of my passions as a designer is trying to be a responsible artist, keeping in mind the environment and what we're leaving to future generations. So a big part of my practice and an extension of the practice, I know a lot of people I work with are starting to do this, and I'm seeing more and more of it, is I'm working with renewable materials, things that can be sourced without depleting the environment. I try to do a lot of upcycling, and anytime we are questioning whether or not we're going to put something in the landfill, if it ends up in a dumpster, I call everybody I know to see if it's possible for them to reuse it if we can't store it. So it's all about saving. I met Todd Rissaw some years ago at ATHA, and heard about him a number of times through Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival with some of my friends, Gary Garrison at the Dramatists Guild, and Mark Charney, who's now at Texas Tech. And I was introduced to him, and he was telling me about this program. I thought, wow, I think this is amazing. I'd love to know more about it. And then I was invited to come over to one of the festivals to talk to the students about their work. Prior to that, I had done a lot of work with new plays as a resource artist, doing a number of different playwriting labs, and I thought, wow, this would be a really amazing opportunity to work with students. And Todd asked me, he had this idea for his directing certificate to bring in some design perspective, so he started talking about ideas for classes. I teach two classes for the directing certificate. One is called Design on a Dime, and the other is called Company Creation and Management. For Design on a Dime, one of the things we do, first of all, the thing that I keep in mind is all of the people who are coming to this class are not trained in design, but they are directors and they know how to talk design. Well, they're learning how to direct. They're coming back to work with new plays. And I'm also working with playwrights because it's an option for the playwright to take the class. So we actually talk a lot about starting in the same place as a director or a playwright would. We talk about given circumstances and what's happening here, what is the action, and how do we create a world for it in all aspects of the world, be it scenery and costumes, lighting, sound. We think about the big picture. It's important for directors and playwrights to understand what the realities and challenges are in the world of design. And if you're writing for it, not having an understanding of the world makes it a little bit more difficult. And directors certainly have to learn to work with space and how tension is created through use of space. So this is a really nice thing for a focused class in design for directors and playwrights, and I love every second of it. They do amazing work. In the second class, Company Creation and Management, we've talked a lot recently about artist as entrepreneur and the idea of figuring out how to work in the world we're in. So we spend a little time talking about personal SWOT analyses and figuring out where we are as an artist, but then we take the work into company creation and management into grants, how to write grants, into how to develop a board for a nonprofit, how to apply for a nonprofit in different states, and what it takes to get to that point, some of the pitfalls, and some of the things that you might want to consider. We learn about budgets, and we put all this together, and the students do a big project that's actually individually geared to what they're doing and where they are, because they're in all different places in life. We have some students who already have their own 501c3s, and so they're actually in their project working on developing it to the next level. Perhaps it's learning to write grants, building a new website. So the work in class is actually helping them in their professional life. But for the students who are new to this and who are coming in, They are basically learning the nuts and bolts of what it means to be in the administrative part of professional theater, and what the ethics behind that are, what it means to deal with a contract, how to deal with all the different unions. So there's a lot covered in a short amount of time. We have people who've come to this from an acting background, from a playwriting background, from an administrative background. So it's not like you've been doing heavy lifting on directing for years and years. This is your experience to actually work on developing new work from the ground up. And those are the students that excel here, that I want in my classroom. They're hungry, they're eager, they want to collaborate with other people to see new work come to life. And we have a lot of those students, and we need more.